guys know, this is one of the biggest collaborations or reviews I've ever done for a company, and one which I've highly respected for a long time. I do have other reviews on things like the Soundcore Motion Plus. I've also done the Soundcore Liberty 2 Pros, the best earphones you can probably get for the money and on the market. Here is the Soundcore Trance. This speaker is around the same size as my torso, as you can tell, so it's a pretty big speaker in fact. This is a speaker that we're about to get into and you guys are really going to enjoy. So then guys, I finally have the package. It's taken such a long time to get here, but we're going to open it right now. Yep, there it is, the Soundcore Trance. This is way bigger than I expected. In fact, the box is very big. It's an incredibly weighty box, that's for sure. Upon opening the top, it's very simple. There's the speaker inside, so let's get that out. And so there it is. Sorry about all the mess in this room, but to be fair, I don't want to start doing a speaker review until I've tested this thing out. I figured out all the capabilities, everything that it can do. It's all on the box there, but I want to ensure you guys are getting the best video you possibly can, and that's why I say I want to review all of this over a couple of days, because I don't think an unboxing really matters when you're actually looking at the speaker. So I'll see you guys soon. So, my honest opinion on this speaker, I don't know if it's because it's not fully charged, which is why I'm telling you guys I need a couple of days with the speaker. This is a tweeter, that's a 5¼ inch subwoofer, and then there's no tweeter at the bottom. That extra tweeter could have actually made such a difference to this speaker, and yeah, okay, the lights are cool, they're brilliant in fact. I mean, like I said, I need more time to really look into this, because right now, with the fact there's distortion at anything over around 85% volume, so, portability. This speaker is roughly around £12. It's quite a heavy speaker. I'd probably say it could be a bit lighter, maybe £10, but it's heavy. But it's got the carry handle, and I believe it's some kind of leather, maybe even Folks leather, but it's really nice. It's got a bit of fur in there, so it doesn't hurt your hand when you hold it. It feels good. On the top, you have your power, your Bluetooth button. This is to transfer between aux, Bluetooth and another mode. We also have the light mode to turn it off or turn it back on. This is in case you don't want the massive flashing lights on the front. Your play button, which is of course the Soundcore beat button. We have volume up, volume down, back, forward on tracks. On the back you obviously have your aux, USB, and of course the DC in. That's a direct current. It's a lot more powerful than a regular USB charging unit because this speaker is very powerful. We have the, I believe they're called passive bass radiators at the back. As I've probably mentioned before, a fake tweeter, 5¼ inch subwoofer, and a 2½ inch tweeter. You have the option to turn the bass on and off, which is fine. You don't need, sometimes if you're indoors and it's really like the bass is too much, maybe people are sleeping next door, or you know, there's people in the house that don't want to hear that bass because it's too much, turn it off. You still get a decent amount of bass, but it's not a lot, so definitely makes a difference, and I'm going to be showing you that comparison very shortly. Currently the lights are off because last night I didn't need them on, but if you hold the button down, the lights come back on. Now, I can't show you the RGB lights until the music are playing because essentially it'll only just circle while it's on standby. Still looks nice though while you're just chilling, you know. Someone came into your house and saw this, they'd be like, holy fuck. This is the Soundcore Motion Plus. This has got 5 drivers in it, and just for comparison, look at it, it's massive. Lumbering this around, it's probably like carrying 3 to 4 Motion Pluses. It's pretty heavy. However, I would much rather have one of these than 2 Motion Pluses, but to be fair, 2 Motion Pluses on a top shelf where there's like lots of surface area for the bass to kind of shatter around the sides of the room, it sounds great with 2 of these, and I'm actually going to do a comparison between 2 of these and 1 of these, and hopefully you can hear the difference. I'm going to play you guys a song through here, and we're going to turn bass up and down. now going to be playing you the same song through a Soundcore Motion Plus. Bear in mind, this has a bunch of equalizer settings. That only has indoor, outdoor, plus bass up and bass off. I'm going to show you the application very shortly, but you're going to have to bear with me on that. So let's play the same song through this speaker now, with the equalizer basically on max bass, max treble. You'll notice the clarity from this is actually better than that. But the more you turn it up, the less bass it has. The more you turn that up, the more bass it has. Very interesting. I believe it's because there's much smaller drivers in that, unfortunately. But as long as you keep it around the 85 to 90% mark on volume, it sounds incredible. So here we go, let's play the same song. Now, before you all ask a silly question like, was I not going to show you the two Motion Pluses together? Well, of course I was. As you can tell, you get a lot more sound now. Having the two makes a massive difference. So as you can tell, obviously the Trance will come out on top, and at £149 right now, I couldn't recommend it more. Two Motion Pluses can cost you £80 each, and even with the dual sound, I still think the Trance sounds better on its own. However, if you want more room, more portability, two Motion Pluses, like I say, on a shelf can still cause quite a bit of bass, and it sounds incredible, thanks to the two tweeters, the two mid drivers, and the one little baby subwoofer. So then guys, this is a disclaimer you would normally put at the start of a sound test, but please make sure you're using some headphones or earphones and they are of good quality. Then you'll be able to understand the sound comparison, the clarity and the bass difference between the speakers. I highly recommend you do this, as for this part I'm going to be going outside and you won't be able to hear the speaker at all if you're listening to it through your phone speakers or something just daft. Please listen to it through something that's good and useful. Yeah, so this is full blast now. And as you can tell, we're going to take it back about 20 foot. About 20 foot now. That's still very clear. If you was in a garden party with about 10-20 people and you had two of these at the very least, that's more than enough. Like, this is probably better than most people's sound systems in their house. So definitely very good for a house party. Still sounds amazing. Lots of bass from there too. Obviously the closer we get, the much louder it gets. Sounds amazing when you're next to it though. Lots of bass, lots of sound from such a small unit really. I know I say, you know, it's hard to carry around all day, but it's not actually that heavy when you consider much bigger speakers with much more wattage than this. Sounds amazing. This is a song by Haywire, by the way. Haywire's an incredible producer, so I highly recommend listening to his music, really. It's amazing. I've just tried to find something that's got a lot of sounds that comes from like a stereo sound, a lot of bass and a lot of like a mixture. I do apologise if the camera quality's come down quite a lot. I've had to borrow a camera so I can briefly show you how the Soundcore app works. Essentially, you'll go to the speaker, party series, and you'll look for the Trance. You'll connect it. What am I doing? It's not even on, is it? As I was saying, you want to go all the way over to the Soundcore Trance. You want to open that up. When you're inside of the app, you can obviously change the volume to whatever you want it to be, 100%. Like I say, you have the indoor feature, but the indoor feature makes it sound very flat. In all honesty, I'm always going to keep it on outdoor because it gives a bit more treble. It brings some more high notes out. It just makes it sound a lot more fuller. Indoor, it just goes flat and it sounds kind of like there's no treble or any mid or anything. It's terrible. Bass on, bass off, as you can see. Constantly turns on and off itself. Then there's the light DJ. The light DJ is interesting. I'm going to have to turn the volume down though, so it's very loud. So essentially, if I tap this, as you can see, we can change it. We can do both. And we can also change the lights to whatever you want, so you can also have a bit of pink on there. Scratch sound effect.
Get ready.
If you go to the library, there's a variety of sounds.
DJ.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your DJ.
So as you can see, there's a lot in here.
Yeah.
I think that's... It doesn't sound right to me. There's another list, so there's like multiple lists, different things you can do. So many different things on here.
Get ready.
So if you come back out of this, there's something called spin the wheel. Now you set how many players you want. Unfortunately, there's only player 1 and player 2. You literally just press the plus sign and you add how many players you want. And you can also rename them. So it'll flash, and obviously on your phone it will show player 2 is ready to do. And I don't know, if it's truth or dare, you'll say truth or dare, right? Different categories. There's spin the bottle, so you could say spin it and then you've got to kiss his ass or something. Then there's categories, so if you spin it, da-da-da, inside you will reveal it and it will say name 3 male names as quickly as possible, and if you can't do it in 5 seconds, then you fucked it. And apparently you'd die, according to Soundcore. I think that's a bit far, but anyway, yeah, it's a very simple app. As you can see, I've got my Liberty 2 Pros in there, which I brought. I've also got them, which I brought, but this was sent out to me by Soundcore, and I've never been so happy. It's such... Look at it. Just look at it. Best speaker I've ever owned, and it's fantastic. So in the way of the review itself, I believe I'm finally done. I've absolutely enjoyed doing this review over the past 4 days. I've recorded lots of bits and bobs. I've cut lots of stuff out, deleted lots of videos, but I wanted to make sure this review was as good as I can get it. Critiques, positives, lots of music comparisons to other brands, and well, I say other brands, just other speakers that they've got. There is a couple more comparisons I could do, but in all fairness, nothing on the market at this kind of unit size and stuff is better than the Soundcore Trance. Yeah, I mean, it's big. It's not massive. It's still portable, you know. I wouldn't mind, you know, carrying this to the park with me. It's got some weight to it, but, I mean, women carry handbags probably heavier than this. Bit of a wimp if you can't carry that around, aren't you? But yeah, honestly speaking, I think it's a great speaker. And, yeah, I can't wait to show you the montage that's coming next, and that's really the end of the video. I can't recommend this speaker more.